Am I going live? Hey, it sure seems like it. Look at there. Woo! We gone live. Let me just adjust this over here to live chat so I can see. There's probably a delay. Hey, I just want to go over with you guys for a little bit. We'll let some people get in here real quick first. For those of you who are here, if you're a moderator and you see anything that you consider disrespectful and whatnot like that, you know what to do with it. If they're, being earnest and maybe just not polite, give them a timeout, that kind of stuff. But if they're, just being outright disrespectful, bringing drama, all that kind of stuff, you know what? This isn't a free platform. This isn't a free channel. And you know what? We have to be respectful and kind to each other. So that's what we're going to do. Be respectful and kind to each other. Can I get a 5 for 5 if you guys can hear me? Well, let's see. That's right. There's always a 30-second delay. That's so weird. Okay, good. I see a 5 for 5. That's a good thing. So, what I'm going to do is I just wanted to show you guys an example of how, if you do just little bits at a time when you're doing your prepping, and this can go for what you see here. Of course, everybody sees ammo. And as you guys know, I do a live stream, or I do videos where I call them scrounging for preps. I also do scrounging for ammo, or the hunt for ammo. This is where I find ways to scrounge up money, whether that's going through into my change drawers, or cleaning out my kids' cars and taking their change for cleaning out their cars, which usually actually sometimes is quite profitable. But because my kids just seem to throw change on the floor like it's, well, like it grows on trees. I take in bottles and cans, and in fact, this last time I took in bottles and cans, I literally got almost $100. That's pretty cool, because we get 10 cents a can here, right? Almost makes me think if I should go out there and just with a bag and start collecting cans. But I think there's already enough people out there doing that really truly probably need that money. So we'll go ahead and let them do that. But I do take in my own. There are other ways to do it. You can, well, here's one way. I've been going through, as you guys know, I haven't done a video in quite a while, and I've been going through and been using that time to kind of get things ship shape and sturdy and ready to go. And, I find things like we all do. You know how whenever you're looking for something and you've got, say, a duplicate, or you're looking for something and you're like, man, I don't know where it is, so you just go buy another one, right? That seems to be the way society has gotten these days. Well, because of that, we have multiples of things, and we really shouldn't do that. We should be more organized so we can find our stuff, right? Right. So that being said, when you have those things, put them in a box, right? Use them to either go to a garage sale, give to somebody in need, or sell it if it's something that's worth something. Put it on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that. And I've been doing that lately to slim down things I don't need, get rid of stuff I don't need. And if I can either give it to somebody else or make a little bit of it, I've been putting it into preps that I can use, things that are storable that I may not use all the time, but I may need in the future, right? And that could be food, that can be water, that can be fuel, that can be preps, that can be whatever, right? And I've been doing a little bit of all of that. So what I've done is I've gone through. Oh, and here's a rule of thumb: if you haven't touched something for like a year or more, really ask yourself, do you need it? Right? And if you don't need it and you're not going to use it, turn it into cash, especially right now. Right now, when you should be having hard assets, whether that is, and I'm not selling anything here because I'm not monetized or anything like that, but whether that's gold, silver, ammunition, that kind of thing, something that's tangible, right? Long-term food stores, wood that you could use to heat your house, right? I know WV knows about that. I see her in chat there. Cords of wood are I mean, they're what keep you heated and alive during the winter in a lot of places, right? So that being said, if you haven't touched something, turn it into something that you can use, or you can just take that money and, like I say, put it into like silver or gold, something that you can turn into cash at a later date. Because right now, I will say this: I do agree with a lot of people out there, like Alaska Prepper and let's see, the Roaming Prepper. There's Prepper Now. There's a bunch of other ones that really talk a lot about the financial situation of our country right now, and things aren't that stable. And overnight, bam, just like that, your bank could just decide to stave off a run. Like, say they know bad news is coming, they can just flip a switch so that you can't make a run on the bank, right? And this is one reason for me. I just put in money as I need to cover bills, and everything else I keep in other ways of hard assets. And some other types of hard assets are land or equipment that you can use, something that can make you money, or barter items, right? And speaking of barter items, setting into your goals for this year, you should be making relationships with your local ranchers and farmers and mom and pop stores and things like that. One, they're going to need your support to stay in business. Two, I trust them more not to close their doors and help me feed my family if I need to buy food than sorry, had to take care of something there. That's what I'm talking about. That's not welcome here on this channel, guys. It's just a bunch of it is what it is. Anyhow, and in fact, while I'm doing this, let's see here. There we go. Because I may not have some moderators in here that usually show up. There's another good one. I mean, you guys are all great, and I just love you guys all dearly. And you guys all know, you ever had any questions about me or anything, I think I've been pretty transparent. I'm just not a person that lies about stuff. If I was, and I do research things too, but if I was to not share something, well, probably because it's something personal that I just didn't feel the need to share. However, if somebody asks, I don't have any problem with answering either honestly or just to say, well, that's a personal item and I'd rather not talk about it. That's kind of the way that we should be, guys. We should be talking with each other as adults and then responding as adults, right? We don't all have to see eye to eye in order to, what's the word I'm looking for? Be united, right? And I know there's something going to say that that's all love and flowers and Barney the dinosaur, and I don't even want to give them that much attention anyway. So it's just not something we're going to do here. This has always been a channel about positivity, about sharing positive things. It has nothing to do with anything else but that. So that being said, as you guys can see here, I'm just going to pan this here across there. This is what I've managed in just ammo for the hunt for ammo, because even though I haven't been doing videos for a few months, there's some right there too. Oops, let me get that. Oh, earthquake. Even though I haven't done videos for a few months, I've still kept up with that philosophy of putting change aside, taking the cans in, selling things off, and all of that and I know I'm repeating myself a little bit, but I've done that and buy things when I see them on sale. I see them at yard sales, and I've always been scouting the estate sales because they're a lot of times just want to get rid of things, and if you offer them the right price for bulk, you'll be able to get some. And some of the more expensive ammos you see here are usually picked up at yard sales or estate sales, because that way I can get a better deal on it, right? So that being said, I just wanted to go over a few of these things with you. One, I've been picking up a lot of the quiet CC&I 22 ammo right here, and the reason being is this stuff doesn't bring a lot of attention. Even if you don't have a suppressor that you can use with the firearm, these are really quiet, but still will take care of things like rodents and pests around your house, and also will help you harvest small animals and things like that if you're in a situation where you need food, right? So I've been getting boxes of those. And then also, of course, your regular 22 ammo. And I look for it on sale. These days, just so you guys know, boxes of 22 ammo, about as low for a box of 50 you're going to find is about $4.99 that I can find in my area. Please, in your area, if you can put in where if you want to put in where you live, you don't have to, but just put how much it is in your area on any of these ammos. Please share your information here. That's what this channel's about. Now, here's another one. If you have any like unusual ammo that you use, like this 5.7 by 28, now's the time to pick it up, because I think here in the near future, you're going to start seeing a lot of these. One of the next attacks is going to come, besides making semi-auto firearms illegal, which will be coming. You just watch. They're going to try. They're going to start going after ammo and making ammo hard for these items, right? So stock up on it while you can. And prices have come down a little bit right now. These are still way too expensive. This is one that I got at a estate sale. Normally these are like 40 something dollars a box. I didn't pay anywhere close to that. So anyhow, there you go. Now out there in 223 or 5.56, you can see I've got a bunch of 5.56 here and a bunch of 223 here. I'm just going to mention some. These ones, 75 grain, 5.56, and the Black Box Hornady. Black Box Hornady, super good ammo, very consistent, very accurate. This is something that I would use for something that hunting rifle that you want to be very accurate, things like that. This isn't like your bulk battle type ammo. So things like this I kind of save for those situations. Also, just some information for you guys. If you've got something that is 62 grains and heavier in a 5.56 or a 223, those are best shot out of a 1 in 9 twist barrel or faster, meaning a 1 in 8, a 1 in 7, and so forth. They will be more accurate because it spins the heavier bullet faster, and the heavier bullet can stay or stays straight and balanced and true because it's heavier. It can be spun faster. If you spin a light bullet too fast, it can get crazy on you and not quite be as accurate. Although it will still work. It just if you have your there and you're looking to losing the sound. Huh? Can you hear me now? There probably I maybe said some things I shouldn't have, huh? Anyway, these right here, these are your steel core that you can get out here, and your steel core ammo is your M855 and 5.56. It's not a true armor piercing. It's just a steel core penetrator. 62 grain, again, for a faster twist barrel. These you can still get around 13 if you're out for it. Frontier's another great ammo, making 69 or 62 grain full metal jacket heavier ammo. That's also another good one to get because it can be around $12 a box. Then you've got your stuff out here, which you'll see on my future videos, from Turkey. It looks funny, but it comes in a 30 round box, so you get more in the box. And it's around, $19. So per round, you're getting it for cheaper. So be sure to do the math. If you've got a 30 round box, see if it's less than the 20 round box. And you do that just by, of course, taking the price, dividing it by 20, and then the price for the 30 round box, dividing it by 30, and figuring out how much it is per round. It's that easy. Now, this is one, as you can see, I've been getting a lot of, and the reason being is these have been in really good prices. They're a 30 round pack, but they come, and this is handy for defending your home if you have this type of pew-pew, but it comes with it comes with stripper clips, right? So it's already ready to go for speed loading, and it has a device in here. Let me show you. that you put on top of your magazine. Now, I did a video where I showed how this works, and I'll do another one, but you put this on top of your magazine, you take the stripper clip, stick it right in here, and you shove the shells right down into the magazine. So that really works really, really well. That's why I like these boxes, plus they're 30-round boxes, so you get a better deal. Yeah. Oh, good to see you, Wages. Farmer Son Prepping, good to see you here. Glad to see you guys in there keeping chat cool and mellow. I appreciate it. MG Toe, good to see you. Dragon Slayer, great to see you. Gardner Josh, always good to see you. Speaking of which, that is something we should be getting prepared for. Right now is the time when we should be out there. Like right now, we just got hit with some big storms, lots of wind, rain, that kind of thing. But now we've had sunny weather. So I'm out there trying to get time, and I split my time between putting in this water heater we need put in right now and out there in the garden, because it's the time to start getting your garden prepped up and ready. Depending on where you live, you might be further ahead or further behind because you still got snow on the ground. But now's the time to be working on those things, getting things ready for your garden. And if any year is the year to do it, this would be the year, I believe. And you guys tell me what you think. Do you think this is the year that we need to be really doing our gardens? Because I do. I've been noticing the produce that I get is slimmer and slimmer and less fresh. So now you can get the same sort of thing right here as this Winchester in just the 20-round boxes as well. In the 55 grain ammo, this is now 55 grain or lighter bullets are meant for 1 in 9 twist and slower, which means like a 1 in 9, a 1 in 10, or a 1 in 12. So look at your barrel. It should say on there 1/10 or 1/7, whatever it is. Your lighter bullets, 55 grain or lighter, shoot better in the slower twist barrels, okay? So also, now here's another good one, Range Dynamics by Fiocchi. A lot of stores have been getting this in. What's really great about this is 50-round boxes, right? 50-round boxes, then whenever you can buy more in bulk, the price is usually less. It tells you the weight of the bullet. Now, this is for 223, not 5.56, but you can still shoot that in 5.56 if you have a 5.56 gun. So you'll be okay there. One of the ones that's popped out, this is one of those companies that took Russian ammo, moved it over to a different country, repackaged it, and has come out with it. The only problem with Sergeant Major ammo I've found is that their primers are really hard. So if your gun is a light striker, well, it may not fire on you. You may have to hit it again. So use this more as your practice ammo. It's a 55 grain full metal jacket. It's zinc coated. So it's really good. And a lot of these ammos too are brass. Now, rumor has it, this is early news and I can't confirm it yet, but I did hear from a pretty reliable source that Palmetto State Arms may be producing in the near future steel case ammo, right? And I know they're going to be producing their normal ammo more often as well, but I think they're getting into steel case ammo from what a little birdie whispered in my ear. Now, Frontier that you saw in the 5.56 also makes the 223 and 55 grain. And as we go up here, you'll see they're getting heavier. This is the Federal 62 grain ammo, American Eagle. This stuff's usually around $14, $15 a box. These cheaper ones here were more like, $12, $13 a box. And then at one of the estate sales, the more premium 62 grain 223 Remington here. I like to get ammo like this because, the ammo we're getting, these are sporting rifles. We're not just getting it for home defense. We're also getting it for other uses. So think about that when you get your ammo, right? And specifically what you're going to use that ammo for, right? I usually use 55 grain or the 62 grain green tips for, home defense. But, and then Tula. If you ever find Tula out there, you're going to find that it's cheaper, but you're going to find that there's not much of it because of the Russian bans that are out there right now. So if you do find some Tula, you might as well grab it up, especially if it's at a good price, and get that into your stores. Frontier also makes heavier bullets. They make a 68 grain match bullet. Probably running you about $17, $18 a box for 20. These are normal prices, but there's nothing wrong with those. They work good. American Eagle also makes a inexpensive 75 grain TMJ. All that means is, besides the ringing in your ears and that kind of stuff, it means total metal jacket. I don't know why they changed the terminology, but maybe if you do, put it in the chat section, right? So we've got this going here. This is good stuff. But again, heavy bullet, so you need a fast twist barrel. Also, some of the things I got at the estate sales, these can be pretty expensive. These can be probably around $30, $40 a box. That's not what I paid, but these are the Sig Sauer Marksman. Again, you're going to see that most of your match grade or marksman grade ammo is going to be heavier. So these are 77 grain. OTM, that just means basically I would call that a OTM means I don't know what that means, to be honest with you, but to me that looks like a hollow point. Oh, there it is. See, you go. It's going to be a hollow point match grade ammo. If you know what OTM, put it in the chat. They're always changing terminology. Burger, this is a neat bullet, and I'm going to do a video where I'm going to use this box, since it's the only one I have, and shoot these and see how good they are, so that you guys can see how good they are. This is what I used to shoot when I shot 1,000-yard matches. And 300 and 600-yard matches. They're very, very consistent, very, very accurate, heavier bullet, 77 grain. If you have these, you want to go ahead and save that for your long-range shooting, right? Now, to speed this up just a little bit, I just wanted to show you guys here. I got Blackout. Now, Blackout is one of my 300 Blackout is one of my favorite rounds. You'll see here that I get mostly, whether it's the Nosler or the black box from Hornady, I get the subsonic, because that's where I think that the 300 Blackout really shines. Is for close-in work, for hunting, very quiet hunting, because if SHTF hits, you know the pressure on the animal is going to be huge, and they're going to start going by the wayside. When they do go by the wayside, you're going to want to really think about things like hunting closer to dusk or dark, and using quiet ammunition, quiet platforms, maybe even a suppressor if it's legal in your area, that kind of stuff. And to get the subsonic, the 220s are great. This 208 is really great. That's a heavy bullet. Again, Remington makes it in 220 for a little bit less. Let's see, what do we got here? Oh, and then we got this. This is a new bullet. I'm going to set this camera down. I want to show you guys this. This is pretty cool. This is the Hornady Subsonic for 300 Blackout. And I want to show you guys this bullet, because I think this would be great for hunting. If it'll come out of the box. There we go. All right, so here we go. That's what the box looks like, so you guys can find it. It's kind of a new box. They're a little expensive. They're probably about, about $20-something, $30 a box. But as you can see, it's a heavy subsonic round, so that means it's going to be quiet, especially in a suppressed firearm. It'll be pretty much silent for the most part. It's a 190 grain bullet, which is a great bullet weight. And it's got their little polymer tip, expanding tip, bullet. So this is going to basically be accurate, and then when it hits, it's going to mushroom about like that. And that, I think, is going to make a really great fill your freezer type of round, right? Right. So I just wanted you guys to see that. That is something new out there that I haven't seen before, and that I'll do a video on this so you guys can see this round in action. But let's also not forget, too, that we have things like 300 Blackout. The reason why it's so versatile is you can use 125 grain bullets. You can use 100 and, what is that? That's a 150 grain bullet, 220 grain bullet, and then, and then it has 100, I believe this is a 110 grain bullet. Yeah. Now, what that allows you to do is, gives you more bullet choices and a lighter bullet, so you can also shoot supersonic, which means fast and long range, right? So I wanted to kind of make this quick, so I'll just, and this is all stuff, I want to keep this in mind. The point of this video was a little bit of a time all adds up. And this is what I've done over the last, well, I don't know, 3 or 4 months. Little bits here and there, when I found a sale, when I got some cans taken in, all kinds of stuff like that, got some birthday money, using little bits of that, it all adds up. And I'll give you the total here just as soon as we're done here. So some other things we got here. If you're looking for ammo, make sure to get your standard caliber sizes that you do, like 9mm here. We've got 115 grain by Range Dynamics. This is an affordable box of ammo, usually about $14 or $15 a box. Got some 45 ammo and Blazer. That's coming down in price. I think right around 20 something dollars a box. The 40 cal is starting to come down in price, around 30 something dollars a box. We've got 10mm ammo right there. That stuff is still pretty expensive, probably about $40 or so a box. We've got this affordable 9mm Luger. We've got, of course, this Adrenaline, which I've been getting this because it's 50 round boxes. It's 115 grain 9mm, and it's really affordable. It's like $12, $13 a box for 9mm. That's good stuff for practice, right? And 22 right here is good for practice, because I do a lot of practicing with my 22 and then just finish my day with a magazine of 9. That saves a lot of money too. I also, at a garage sale, picked up an old box of HydroShocks. That was cool to find. And if you've got well, let's not forget your shotgun, right? Got some double ox. That's a brand I haven't seen before. So Feder Buckshot. You're going to see a lot of weird brands out there like this one, Sterling, from other countries, right? And it's a slug. So I always picked up a box of buckshot and slugs, good for hunting and home defense. And then 9mm Makarov. If you see odd ammo that's not very popular, but especially if you have one, or even if you don't, grab it, because if you have it, somebody may be looking for it later, and if it's a deal, go ahead and get it, right? I always buy ammo sometimes of rounds I didn't have, or guns I don't have, just so that I can trade with other people for rounds I do need. And 380 auto, when you can find that on sale, it's gotten extremely expensive, and that is something that you want to stock up on, because you're not going to find it out there if SHTF does hit, and it's going to be expensive when it comes to barter, right? Now, another thing, speaking of buying ones from rounds I don't have, I did just pick up an AK-74, but before then, I was buying ammo just because I knew I would get it. And if you guys are paying attention in your local areas, which you should be, and you should be getting proactive against these things that are going on out there, these bills and measures and stuff in your local states. Like right now, we have Measure 114. We're still fighting against it. It still hasn't taken place and is looking like it might get thrown out. We're giving it enough pressure that it may just get tossed, which is awesome. And that just proves if you get loud, they do listen. It doesn't always go our way, but it certainly is going to go our way more often than if you say nothing at all, right? So I've been buying this 545 by 39, finally got a firearm that shoots it, which is awesome. So it was worth it a long time ago, buying it that I didn't have, that I figured I'd use it for barter, but now I need it. And then I also found a guy that really just said, here you go. Here's 480 rounds or whatever it was of 545 by 39. Just make me an offer. So I did. I made him an offer that I thought was fair, that was above what it used to go for, but below what it's going for now. And he was happy to give it to me, so I had something to shoot. So that was a total score. So never be afraid to make friendships. That's what this is all about. And that's something I want to say. You know, if we go around out there making enemies and being negative and causing division and stuff like that, deals like this and friendships won't be made. And it's because of these friendships that you make that someday you'll they'll have something you need, or help you out with something you need done, or whatever it is, and you'll surely be thankful that you were kind and appreciative of all the people you meet. You don't always have to see eye to eye with people in order to make friendships and to be in order to be united, right? And the more we do this, the bigger our community will get, and the easier it will be for us to get through challenges in the days ahead, right? I mean, that's kind of the way I believe. I mean, anytime you're being negative, hateful, all that kind of stuff, and I'm not talking about anybody, I'm just talking about in general. When you're being that way and you're not making friends, all you're doing is burning bridges and narrowing the amount of people that have your back when it really matters, right? So I want to take some time here to talk to people in chat before we go. WV, thank you for keeping it clean in there. Same with you for Virginia Roots and Wages. Good to see you. FSP, been loving your comments in there. Thanks for smash that like, share, and subscribe. Get this out there. This is just an impromptu live. I wanted to get out there and tell everybody just how much I appreciate you guys. And the total over the 3 or 4 months, buying up little boxes here or there, there's 3,200 rounds here. So that is by far. So anybody that might be thinking, oh, you shouldn't show all that, trust me, it's not everything I have, and it is might be everything I have. Who knows, right? But it's okay because I don't have any reason to fear anything because I don't do anything wrong that gets me attention. So as long as we're all that way and looking out for each other, well, I tell you what, I think we're going to be okay through all of this, right? Let's see, Wages. Yeah, Wages got, he put in there in chat, so I'll go ahead and say it. He got an AR-15 for Christmas. How awesome is that? And that's another good point. Ammo like this, each one of my kids, I slid a box of ammo in their stocking because ammo is always, for the shooter, a great gift, right? If you're thinking, wow, I don't know what to get somebody for their birthday or whatever, buy them a box of ammo, wrap it up, and stick it in their whatever mailbox and wish them a happy birthday. I promise they'll remember it, especially when they go out to the range and shoot it, right? Virginia Roots, if you guys haven't seen her channel, she's awesome. She is an amazing canner. They have, with her and Ghost and other people, they have a group that gets together where they pick a day. They have a long live stream where they share each other's fellowship as well as they can make jokes, have fun, and they go through it step by step. So honestly, it's what I'm going to do as I hone my skills. I'm probably going to be on there as well and be canning with them because that's the easy way to learn how to do it and not have to worry about freaking out if you're doing something wrong because you have like 4 or 5 people there to help you. And that's awesome, right? MG Toe, hey, MG Toe, we love MG Toe. If one thing for sure, MG Toe says it the way it is and the way he feels about it. And that's awesome because we can accept each other's opinions even when we don't agree, right? We can agree to disagree. And he honestly has some really, really great points that he brings up. Sometimes ones that others won't bring up. So that's a great thing. And Wages World, what can we say? Wages World, man, your solar weather channel is awesome. The Lifeboat is awesome. Helping people out. I mean, you guys may not be aware of it, but the second channel he's part of, which is the Lifeboat, it's a tough subject. Addiction and people going through recovery and getting help for each other isn't easy, and it always seems like they're always under attack and have people either shaming them or making them feel guilty or just being darn right nasty and stuff like that. And that's the last thing they need, because I'm sure a lot of us here have had family members or have known somebody or something like that that has had some sort of addiction issues, and it's not fun. And it tears apart families and it destroys friendships and everything else. The last thing we want to do is add to that. We want to help that. And quite honestly, in my experiences with it, both with my kids' mom who's not here anymore, Myself having to be on pain medication for a while because I trusted the doctors. And then they said, well, we can't just do it anymore. And they don't offer you any solutions. That was quite frightening. But thankfully, to good people like Wages World, although he wasn't the one in this case, but somebody a lot like him found me a doctor who saw how they were responsible and said, we're going to find a way to get you through this. And they did. And I did an interview over there. If you guys want to check that out on the Lifebolt, I really say I think you should, because I was pretty honest in that, and brought out my view on the process that I had to deal with. And each person's is different. While I wasn't an addict that had any kind of drug abuse problems where it was, say, from abuse or things like that, or from trauma and other stuff like that. It was just needing to get off of medications that I trusted a doctor for, and finding a way to do that and still be able to have a life and be a productive part of society, right? But in the end, we're all the same, and it's all the same battle, and we should support that, because right now, I can tell you what, that's one of the biggest things this country has done in order to try and destroy not only our population, but divide us, is with narcotics. They did it back in the crack days, the cocaine days, then it was heroin, now it's fentanyl all over the news, right? So I'd say this is a problem we all need to be part of for all of our betterment, right? Even if you don't have an issue with it, or you've never done something like that, why wouldn't you want to help somebody that needs the help, right? Because certainly shaming them and stuff like that isn't going to help. And I can tell you what, that channel right there, out of their own pockets, have helped so many people, right? And it doesn't always go perfectly, and not everybody is ready to be helped, but they never give up. And I have to have respect for that. So that being said, Farmer Son Prepping, if you haven't been there, I look forward to his lives every time he does them. It's just fun to be there with him. He's a good old boy, and it kind of makes me wish I lived next door to him, along with like the Redneck Prepper. I mean, really, honestly, that's one reason I love the internet, is because I can have these relationships with people that are like me, even though they don't live here, right? And it's a great way, if you live in an area that's, say, surrounded by liberal people and you seem to be going crazy, get yourself a community and a friendship here and build it, right? Independent, many, limited, unlimited, always been supportive of me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Zed's Place is new, I believe. I may not have seen you that much, but I'm glad you're here and welcome. I hope to see you more often. Rebel Snarfle, well, we all know who he is, and he's awesome. And that's right, never give up. Never give up, right? You always can make another choice. Even when you make a mistake or a choice that wasn't the best one, just make another, right? Stay positive, move ahead. Mark's always been here supporting us, and I appreciate him a lot. Tennessee Tactical, if you haven't seen his channel, you need to go check out his channel. It is, I'll say this, it's a little on the risque part sometimes, so be ready for it, but it's funny. It is funny. So, what is this? It's my night off, so I've been drinking beer all day. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as, here's my thought on, son was calling, so if that did something to the live stream, I'm sorry. But the thing about it is if you can take care of your responsibilities and be a proactive part of society, and you have things under control, and this would be the same for a say, just a casual drinker that goes out to dinner, has a drink, something like that, then fine. I'm okay with it. It's when it starts hurting others, and others also means yourself. So don't forget that. If it's starting to affect you negatively, it's something that you need to be able to do that. However, MG Toe works his ass off, so there's nothing wrong with having some beer. Anyway, hey, you guys, I know there's some other guys coming on live. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a little impromptu, a little rough, but I wanted to just to show you guys the main purpose of this is to show you how fast things can add up. And I can tell you, on the preps end with my food and things like that in the rubber bins, which I'll show in the future, it did the same thing. Even if it was just $5 a week, it added up more than you will believe over months. And I'm telling you what, it will make a difference. Even if nothing happens and just a hard time happens because the economy crashes and you lose your job or you get injured and you need something to survive on, you'll be able to dip into that and know that you'll be okay and your family will be okay. So don't forget that. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. That's one I got from Farmer Son Prepping. I love it. So until next time, you guys all stay safe, stay secure, always be aware of your surroundings, right? And be getting ready and prepared for anything that may come ahead, whether that's a natural disaster, end of the world, zombies, whatever it might be that makes you stay focused on getting self-sufficient. It doesn't matter. And if you've got it, wear it. And if you're wearing it, get out and practice with it, right? Go out with others and share with them and get out and practice with them. And stay efficient, not only for your safety, but for the safety of others. Till next time, adios. I love all of you guys, really do. I don't know how to do this, but okay, there.